Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Meteorologist Erica Lopez having a couple technical issues there, but I just wanted to give you a quick update on what's going on with the severe weather that we're watching across western Oklahoma this evening. Are we okay? So, a couple. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. But we're watching a couple of areas where we are seeing watches in place now. Our storm chaser, Aaron Jayjack, is actually on the field and he's tracking these storms. But before we get to what he's seeing on his end in western Oklahoma, I want to talk about these watches that are in place. So these yellow boxes you're seeing on the screen, this is a tornado watch, and this is valid until 1 a.m. Central Daylight Time. If you are in these yellow shaded areas, that's where we're already starting to see that convection going off. That's in western Oklahoma and western Kansas. This is where you might see tornadoes later on this evening, and this is where we find our storm chaser, Aaron Jayjack. And we also have another watch, but this one in particular is a severe thunderstorm watch that goes until 3 a.m. Central Daylight Time. So what this means is you may see winds of excess up to 75 miles per hour. The SPC is also highlighting the potential of very few tornadoes in this watch zone. So that's that purple shaded area you're seeing there. And of course, hail is a risk. But we are seeing already a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings so far this evening. I haven't seen a tornado warning just yet, but we are seeing that convection just west in western Texas, just east of Lubbock. And then where Aaron is near Elk City, there's also a severe thunderstorm warning in place right now. And this is until 8:30 Central Daylight Time. So a couple more minutes on that one. And then a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings in Kansas as well this evening. So a lot of activity going on, but I want to take it now to what Aaron is seeing out on the field, and we're going to take his live stream feed here in just a couple of moments, just for you to get a perspective of what it's looking like. The sun has already set, so it's a pretty dark image, but he is on the ground tracking these storms.
Large tornado warned area now. Likely I can looking along the line here for tornadoes. Probably I'm gonna have to come back to the road I was just on and go north there. Looking at the tail end right here. This is the tail end of this is where it's right in front of me, right over this road. It's not doesn't look like a tornado on radar anymore. Oh, big striations. It's a really striated storm. Oh, I wish I had my tripod. Very striated storm here. Let's see if I can get a shot of it. Oh yeah, looks nice. Too many trees on this side of the road though. Wow, why is there so many trees here? Can't find an open spot. I want to try and shoot it with my Android. Maybe a road up here. There's freaking windmills up here, so it's got to be wide open here eventually. Oh yeah, very striated, stretched out, strong shear. Rotation all along this line now. It looks like it's still producing a tornado in there. Moving in here on this tornado warning here, just north of Sweetwater. I'm looking on radar. I can see the velocity scan shows a tornado. It is tornado warned. Tornado is approximately 10 miles to my west here along this road. Crossing the road right now. Big striated line of storms here. Just wish it was daylight, not so dark. Oh, at least the trees are gone now. That's got to be producing a tornado. That's got to be a tornado for sure. Huge tornado warning box. They just warned the whole line. From the area that shows the couplet all the way to the north, all along the line. Storms are racing along the dry line here. Low-level jets cranking. You can give the stream a like. I'd appreciate it to help more people find it, more Oklahomans find it that are trying to see what's happening here in western Oklahoma tonight with Tornado Watch in effect right now until 1 a.m. Central Time. Big base right here. Couplet's dying a little bit. Might spin up again though here, see. Might produce another tornado here. Pretty. Mike Scantling. Might have been a decent spot. Still got strong inflow here. Try and shoot this big base now. Pro video. another rotation to the north. Okay, I gotta get. Back to the north. Another tornado signature to the north. Going back north, back to the road I was on earlier, back to the north, through Cheyenne. Back to 283 north through Cheyenne. Strong winds there. I'm going to blast up into this line. And we got a north option, or an east option, sorry, to the north, Highway 33. Probably about 15, 16 miles to my north. North option's coming up here. Saw a car in front of me turning left. Oh, there's a dog in the road. Oh my God, there's another car coming. What the heck is that dog doing just sitting in the middle of the road? God, I'm glad it did not move. he didn't look injured. He stood up right as I passed him, so he looked like he was fine. He was just sitting in the road. Didn't look distressed at all. It was just like he was surprised that a car was coming by. Like he's used to just sitting in the road. There's no traffic, maybe. I don't know. It really sucked though. But I'm glad that he did not move in front of me. See a planet to the southwest. Clear skies to the south of this line. My east option's at 9.8 miles, so I'm going to blast north into that. That'll get me right up into the line now. Coming up on Cheyenne, Oklahoma here. Tornado warning on this line of storms. That may not have been Mike Stanton back there earlier, just in case anyone was wondering. Someone else in there. I thought it was for a second. My east option's in 5 miles. Got to get through Cheyenne here first. We'll get right up under the storm there. Probably be getting rained on as I go going east. See if they're running the sirens here in Cheyenne. Big monster line of storms here. They're racing quickly along the line to the northeast, but the line is propagating very slowly to the east. Okay, this is like the 9th time through Cheyenne, Oklahoma today. Thanks everyone for the likes on the stream. Appreciate it. Helps people find it. Make sure you subscribe so you'll get alerts when live sessions happen. And don't forget to check out the store. You can get cool merchandise in the store. Tail end here of this tornado warned storm, pair of storms. The one to the north, right across the road, looks like it has a couplet, a little bit of a couplet maybe, I don't know. It's not very pronounced.
I can't hear y'all. What? Oh, sorry about that, y'all. So we're going to take a look. We lost Aaron's live stream, but let's give you a quick update on what's going on now. So we have a couple of warnings in place right now. Severe thunderstorm watches or severe thunderstorm warnings. Those are those yellow and red boxes right now. So this tornado watch in particular, that's the one that Aaron is actually chasing at this moment. Once we get his stream back up, we'll show you what it looks like on the ground. But okay, so this tornado warning is for central Roger Mills County. So this is in Oklahoma. This is near Cheyenne, Oklahoma, just north of that area. And if we turn on the velocity layer, we are seeing a small area of rotation there. Again, this is a tornado warning, and this goes until 8:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So we have 2 more minutes on the storm. We'll see if they end up extending this warning, but looks like actually they did with a severe thunderstorm warning. And this severe thunderstorm warning goes until 8:45 Central Daylight Time. And this is for Ellis County in northwestern Oklahoma, Roger Mills, Dewey, and Woodward County. So these are the storms that we're watching. They fired up pretty quickly this evening. And then we have more severe thunderstorm warnings that we're watching. So I'm going to turn on the regular radar back on. And you're seeing a severe thunderstorm warning. And this one goes for Woods County, southeastern Harper County, and even Woodward County until 8:45 this evening. So thunderstorms with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail possible with all of these warnings right now. All of these are in Oklahoma for perspective. So if you're anywhere, maybe in Oklahoma City, just west or east of these storms, you're going to get in on this storm later on this evening. And we are also watching severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect in parts of Texas this evening. So Wichita Falls, Texas is there, if you can see it on the map there for perspective. So just west of this city. And now taking a look at these severe thunderstorm warnings, these are for southeastern Dickens and King counties, Stonewall counties, and Texas. These go until later on this evening so a severe thunderstorm warning was located just 6 miles of Goddard, Texas. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and $half-sized hail possible until 8:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And then as these storms move over this area, we are watching another severe thunderstorm warning that goes into effect until 9:15 Central Daylight Time. So these have another couple of hours until this tornado, or I should say this severe thunderstorm warning has another hour or so on it. And of course it could produce 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and $half-sized hail. So a pretty active overall evening across Texas and Oklahoma. There's also a severe thunderstorm warning that we're watching that's over Dodge City, Kansas at this moment. So I'm going to turn on that radar. Pretty strong one there. And again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning, and let's get that information on the warning. And so this goes until 8:45 Central Daylight Time. And again, this is right over Dodge City, Kansas, 40-mile-per-hour, moving at 40 mile per hour with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. So we have all types of storms already in both Kansas, Texas, and Oklahoma. Reminder, we also do have a tornado watch in effect for western Kansas and western Oklahoma until 1 a.m. Central Daylight Time. That's really the time frame that is possible for these storms to possibly form a tornado, although nothing's confirmed yet. These are just radar indicated, this at least tornado warning that's over these areas until 8:30. So 2 more minutes on this warning. And then a severe thunderstorm watch for parts of western Texas and even southwestern Oklahoma. And these go until 3 o'clock this morning at 3 a.m. Central Daylight Time. So let's take it to the WSI graphics and time out when you're expected to see these impacts. If you're anywhere from Oklahoma City wondering when it will get to my city, Dallas-Fort Worth Metro, you're also going to get in on these types of storm systems. And even as we get into parts of Fort Worth, and then later on tomorrow, there's actually another risk of severe weather for the Gulf Coast states. So let's take a look at those WSI graphics. So you're seeing that enhanced risk. We do have a low chance of tornadoes, but it doesn't mean there is a 0 chance. There's still some chance We may get some spin ups with this. Large hail up to baseball size is possible, 2 inches. High winds up to 80 mile per hour. And of course, localized flooding is always a risk. So timing it out for you, you're seeing here 9:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. You're seeing those isolated supercells or isolated storms showing up on the radar. This is future radar, so it's not exactly where it's going to be, but this is just gives you an idea of when the storms can form. So we already have initiation across western Oklahoma and western Kansas and Texas, but here it is. Here's that line, midnight time. Maybe going to bed if you're anywhere in Abilene, San Angelo, Wichita Falls, Texas, Lawton, Oklahoma, just west of Oklahoma City. You're going to get these impacts of gusty winds. A lot of lightning will be produced with these storms and possibly some hail. Now timing it out for the rest of your evening, so around 4 o'clock a.m. I would say in Oklahoma City, I think really the time frame for this will be after 1 a.m. and between 2 to 3 a.m. That's when Oklahoma City, you'll feel the impacts. You might be waking up to a couple rumbles of thunder. If you live anywhere in these areas, make sure that you have your alerts turned on your phone. It's very important because this is an overnight threat, and if you happen to be asleep and don't hear the alerts, especially if it's a tornado warning that's issued, you need to be aware of those warnings. But taking a look at the 2 a.m. time frame, you're seeing most of that activity, that line of storms just west of Dallas. So Oklahoma City, you'll be pretty much done with this event as you get into the morning commute hours. Now, at least in terms of the strongest storms, Dallas, Fort Worth area, even extending down into parts of central Texas, you need to be aware of these conditions from 4 o'clock in the morning to at least 7 o'clock a.m. That's prime time for the morning commute. Watch out for these conditions. Recommend if you can work from home, at least for the first half of your workday, stay home. These storms will be pretty intense if you need to get on the roadways early on that morning. So 4 o'clock a.m. and then tracking it out for the rest of the hours across the Dallas-Fort Worth area, extending all the way down there. Waco, you can see 5 a.m. Daylight time. Those storms are tracking right in the middle of Dallas-Fort Worth, Waco, possibly even Austin, and in between those areas. And even just south of Oklahoma City, Tulsa, you're going to see some of the effects as early as 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. as well. And then you're seeing how that line races to the east. And so anywhere from East Texas, you're going to feel the effects of this line, at least getting into the 8 o'clock hour and even so on and so forth. So Dallas, by at least 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock, most of the wind and rain will be out of the area, maybe some lingering like showers, but really that prime time for the morning commute is going to be pretty treacherous as you're battling these storms and winds. Now, chiming it out for the rest of your Wednesday, 9 a.m., you're seeing Tulsa. You're still seeing some of the rain from it. Houston, you're going to get in on this by tomorrow morning. And most of the stronger storms will be in the area at least by 10 a.m. And then by lunchtime, if you're in Texas, Oklahoma, most of this activity will be to your east. So that means drier conditions. It is going to feel much cooler in these areas. You did see some pretty hot temperatures this afternoon, especially if you were in Dallas, that heat really fueling these storms. But after these storms move through, you're going to feel much cooler temperatures in these areas. But across the Gulf Coast, this is where we have another risk area of severe weather. So anywhere from Louisiana to even parts of Mississippi, Arkansas, this is when you're going to feel those strong storms over those areas. And then as we head into the evening, that's really the prime time of where you can see the strongest storms. And you're seeing that line already in parts of Louisiana, specifically New Orleans, from Jackson, Mississippi, all the way into parts of Arkansas. That's really the prime time. And those are the cities that need to be paying attention tomorrow for severe weather. And then as we get into your Thursday, this risk actually shifts to the southeast. So let's show you that map of what you can expect, at least if you're in the Gulf Coast. There it is. There's that slight risk of severe weather. So that's for tomorrow afternoon. And then in the southeast areas in Florida and even parts of South Carolina and North Carolina, you're going to feel the effects of some of these type of storms in those areas. So just a quick update on what's going on. I'm not sure if we have Aaron's feedback. Do we have his feedback? Chris is in helping me tonight with this live coverage of the severe weather. I'm not sure if we do, Chris, but it doesn't look like we do. So we're going to continue showing you what's going on the radar. So let's take a look at what's going on now and give you an update on the warning. So it looks like they did expire that tornado warning that was in western Oklahoma this evening, but we are still watching a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings that are still ongoing for parts of western Oklahoma, western Texas as well. And these are forming off a dry line that is coming to parts of Oklahoma City tonight. Oklahoma City, you're not under any type of watch just yet. Dallas, Fort Worth, you're not under any type of watch either, but that's something we're gonna have to watch later on today. I wouldn't be surprised if they at least put some sort of watch over these areas, but of course right now no activity. Really, the areas you need to be aware of this tornado watches are in southwestern Kansas and Oklahoma City. So let's zoom in to those warnings that we see now on radar. And the severe thunderstorm warning, it's in Oklahoma, western Oklahoma, for Ellis County, Roger Mills County, Dewey County, and Woodward County until 8:45 Central Daylight Time. So you have about less than 10 minutes on this warning, but you still may see 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail with this warning. Just to the north of that, just north of Woodward, there is another severe thunderstorm warning, and this is also for the next 8 minutes or so, 8:45 for Woods County, Harper County, and Woodward County. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail as well. So I'm going to take a look at what's going on in the velocity map, and you're seeing a little area of rotation there on that storm that's just south of Woodward. And again, our storm chaser Aaron Jayjack is actually close to both of these warnings right now. So as soon as we get his feed up, Chris, let me know, and then we'll take his feed live here for you all to see what he's up to this evening. But now we're going to take a look. Looks like they just expired that tornado, or I should say that severe thunderstorm watch across Kansas there, but we're still watching these two areas, these severe thunderstorm warnings, and we're going to go down to Texas, and then you're seeing just a severe. So let's turn on this radar so you can get a clear picture of what's going on. We'll wait for it to load. And so there's that storm system tracking to the east near Wichita Falls, just west of Wichita Falls, Texas right now. And so this particular severe thunderstorm warning goes until 9:15. So you got a while on this severe thunderstorm warning with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail ongoing with these storm systems. Now, taking a look at the big picture there, you're seeing where all the storms are right now. They're really firing pretty quickly here tonight. Central time, it's around 8:35 p.m. Maybe you're watching from the East Coast. So right there, it's around 8:39 p.m. And they're seeing some of these storms fire off in western Texas, Oklahoma, and even Kansas. So right now, no tornado warnings. I'm going to read the latest to see what the NWS service is thinking with these warnings. So they're going to reissue a warning across northwest Oklahoma. Let's see. But looks like we don't have any active tornado warnings as of right now so far, which is some good news. But we still don't have Aaron's connection yet with our live stream. So as soon as we get that up, we'll show you what he's up to. But overall, the timing for this, again, it's already firing in western Oklahoma, and then Oklahoma City later tonight. As we get into the midnight hour, you're going to feel the effects of these storms as we progress throughout the rest of the evening. We do have tornado watches in place for western Kansas and Oklahoma, and then across western Texas, just west of the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area, Wichita Falls, you're under a severe thunderstorm watch. So that means these storms will be pretty strong. There's also the possibility that these storms within this watch zone, so this purple shaded area that you're seeing there, let me make that so more visible for you guys to see on your, if you're watching us or streaming us tonight. But there you go. So that purple shaded, pink shaded area, that's the area where they're under a severe thunderstorm watch. With this within this area, they are also highlighting possibly a quick few spin-ups in this. So it means tornadoes are still possible, very much lower than where we're going to see what's happening in western Oklahoma and western Kansas, but it's still a possibility. And you can just see on this radar loop how quickly these storms formed over western Texas, and this is actually over the last hour. So over the last hour, these storms bubbled up pretty quickly, and that's why we're seeing the severe thunderstorm warning. And because this storm is pretty big, they have this warning at least until 9 o'clock this evening. So that you still have a couple of minutes on that, on this warning in western Texas, just west of Wichita Falls. This is until 9:15 this evening. So this new severe thunderstorm watch they just issued in western Oklahoma, they're actually highlighting it with a tornado possible, and this is for Custer, Dewey, Ellis, Harper, Major, and Roger Mills, Woods County, and Woodward until 9:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So they just extended this warning. I did show you earlier that this did have an indication of some sort of rotation, so I'm not surprised that they actually extended this warning and tagged it with a tornado possible. Usually what that means, it's possible they could see a spin up, but nothing imminent right now. But you're seeing a little bit of that rotation in that velocity as we zoom into this this warning, and you're seeing it right there. So again, severe thunderstorm warning for these areas with tornado possible tag on this, and this is near Woodward, Oklahoma. Again, Ellis County, Roger Mills, Dewey, and Woodward until they said until 9:30 this evening. And then they also issued another severe thunderstorm warning, but this one is actually for areas in Texas. Let's turn on that radar so you can see what I'm talking about. So they're just issuing warnings quite frequently because these storms are just getting their strength together as we are speaking right now. Let's turn on that radar. And so this warning is for Ford, Hardman, Knox, Texas until 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So I did just receive that notification, so it takes a little bit for the app to receive exactly that warning layer on the app, since literally it just happened like a couple of seconds ago. But again, if you live in Ford, Hardman, Knox, Texas, that's where we're going to see those severe thunderstorm warnings until 10 p.m. This evening. So yeah, this line of storms are already firing. It's going to eventually form into a line. That's what I meant to say. So this evening, but we're going to continue to track these conditions for y'all. Let's see. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Let me know where you're watching from. Anybody from Oklahoma, Texas, concerned about these storms? These really will track into parts of Oklahoma City, Dallas later on this evening, the overnight hours. And I always like to remind y'all to put those alerts on your phone. Make sure your phone is on loud, because you will need to know if there's some sort of tornado warning that's happening while you're sleeping, and maybe even some of these severe thunderstorm warnings that may be over your area. You'll hear the thunder. I know some of y'all are used to these types of conditions, especially if you're from Oklahoma and Texas, but it's still important to have those alerts on your phone just so you know what's going on, especially as we're heading into the overnight hours. But overall, so Chris, let's show them what's going on with the timing. So maybe you're just now tuning in. You don't know what's going on. You're in Oklahoma City, Dallas, nothing is happening there. But if you were out and about in those areas today, you definitely felt that uptick in humidity. It was hot in Dallas this afternoon, and that's really what's going to fire these storms up later on this evening. It's going to contribute to that energy that they're going to have later on. So let's time it out for you. Looking at our graphics system here, and as you're seeing that initiation already firing in western Oklahoma and in western Kansas and Texas. But as we get into the later portion of this evening, so this is looking at 9:30 this evening, and as we time it out, you're going to see that that line of storms starting to fire out there in western Oklahoma and even parts of western Dallas there. Even western Kansas. So taking a look at these conditions, those windy conditions, so that line will start to form, and then eventually as we get past 12 and 1 a.m., most of that activity will be over Oklahoma City from between 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. By 4 a.m. Dallas, you're going to start to feel that line coming over that area. And this is what concerns me for the Dallas. If you're anywhere in Texas, Waco, maybe even central Texas, that morning commute is going to be pretty treacherous. I think the heaviest rainfall will really fall between 5 to 6 a.m. So if you commute that early anywhere, and I know a lot of people do, especially in these populated cities, it'll be pretty treacherous. Heavy rainfall That means low visibility when you're on the roads. If you can delay heading to the road between 5 to 6 and maybe delaying until maybe earliest 7 to 8 a.m., that probably would be best with the best visibility, because these storms will really be strong over these areas. Especially in Dallas. Oklahoma City, you'll still see some of these stronger storms, but they would be well past your area. Tulsa, you are going to feel these similar conditions around the same time frame there. But really, as we get past 6 a.m., 7 a.m., you'll still see some lingering showers behind this front. And then as we get into the 10 o'clock hour, it should be clear. So this will move through that area pretty quickly. And then as you get into the afternoon for your Wednesday, it'll feel dry and much cooler in these regions. But taking a look at what's going to happen later on into your Wednesday. So Texas, you're out of that danger zone, at least for severe weather, heading into tomorrow afternoon. What concerns me is as we get into the later portion of your Wednesday, the Gulf Coast states, you're under a slight risk of severe weather. Could possibly see some quick spin ups with this storm system, and you also have more of the potential of some gusty winds as this line heads towards those areas. And then after this moves through, it'll be dry and cool as well for those regions. And if you're anywhere maybe in Houston, some of the heaviest rain will move through your area as early as 10 o'clock a.m. And especially that hour, that time frame, that's possibly when you're going to see some of the strongest storms. So maybe if you have a later commute, maybe you drive to work between 10 to 11, or you take an early lunch, maybe delaying that, either go before or after these storms move through, because these will be pretty strong and a lot of heavy rain over these areas. But then as we get past the lunchtime hour, Houston, you'll be clear of these storms and you won't see many effects in these, at least in terms of that rainfall. So again, like I said, the Gulf Coast states, they're going to feel the effects of this storm, and eventually by Thursday, it'll actually reach parts of the southeast. So just keep that in mind. We're watching that enhanced risk of severe weather, and here's a look at that outlook for the Gulf Coast. Early Wednesday, I think that's what this slight risk is highlighted for, is mostly for Houston, and then for the afternoon, it's really for portions of Louisiana, Alabama, and even Mississippi, so all those Gulf Coast areas, just to keep in mind and watch out for those. And then across the southeast, we do have a slight risk from Florida all the way to parts of the Carolinas, with a slight risk as well, with some hail possible, I should say some wind possible, strong winds possible with these storms. Okay, so let's take you to the MyRadar app and give you an update on what's going on with these storms, because these storms are firing. We had some new severe thunderstorm watches issued, and now they're showing up on the app. So I just want to give you an update on what's going on in our MyRadar app. And so taking a look at the severe thunderstorm warning, this is the one I was talking about earlier. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about this severe weather risk. A lot of warnings are in place right now. We are waiting to see if we can get our Storm Chaser's feed back, so you can see he's actually in western Oklahoma. And Chris let me know, it looks like Aaron did say his cameras are working. So as soon as I update them on these alerts, we'll take his stream live if you have it out there, Chris. Okay, so it looks like we do have his stream back, but let's give you a quick update on these warnings before we go to a stream. So that severe thunderstorm warning till 10 p.m. in Texas. So Ford County, Knox County, and Hardin County in Texas until 10 p.m. Capable 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts are capable with this particular warning, and quarter-sized hail. So that's this one that we're zooming into as these storms are pushing just west of Vernon, Texas, Electric, Texas, and west of Wichita Falls, Texas. This next warning I want to warn you of, this is the one that Aaron is actually close to, and you'll see it here in just a couple of minutes. Ellis County, Roger Mills County, Harper County, Custer County, Dewey County, and Woodward County. So just going over Sealing, Oklahoma. This is a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible with it, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts moving into these areas, and $50 sized hail. Okay, so Chris, we're going to take it now to Aaron Jayjack's feed on what he's seeing on the ground. He is in western Oklahoma tonight, and we hope he stays safe out there, but we're definitely watching closely what he sees on the ground. It is nighttime there, so you really can't see much, but as the lightning strikes, you could see what he's seeing in his dash camera.
just moving back east now and into the north, trying to get back in front of the storms here. I had to stop for a little bit, shoot some photos of the storm here at night. You can see the stars right above it. I didn't have my tripod though, so it's difficult shooting. I just had the camera sitting on a fence post with strong winds, trying to hold it now in my hands. It's ripping. Phone alert for a severe thunderstorm warning. I didn't know they did. I didn't think they did those for severe thunderstorm warnings. That's new. Get you guys looking back at the light show here now that we're going north towards the storm here. There's that line that comes up out of Texas into Oklahoma and Oklahoma City. I'm gonna stop up here and shoot some of these bolts. I'm gonna find a good spot. Ooh, that might have been good up there. Stop right here. Let these guys get off my butt. Opens up right here on the hill. Come up here a little bit. Here we go. Here is the vista I was looking for. There's a little spot up on the side. Okay, I'm gonna tweet out these pictures I took earlier. Get ready to see this one. Although they're kind of out of focus, I think. Okay, I just tweeted. I think these storms are kind of dying here. Hold on. I think that is better. I think I'm going to to drop to the south and southeast for this stuff coming up out of Texas. It's going to come into central Oklahoma now. Maybe. I don't know. Hold on. Maybe I shouldn't give up on this southern storm yet. I got time. Let's go drive up into it some more, and then I can drop back to the south towards Oklahoma City. If anyone was wondering who I was talking to, I was talking to Michelle. There's people on the, well, there's people on the MyRadar screen I don't know who I'm talking to. I could just think I'm talking to like a cow I just, or a pig or something I just passed the side of the road. I guess pigs are sometimes made. Wasn't there a pig, a book, a Babe, or a movie called Babe? No, a movie called Babe about a pig. Yes, Babe the Pig is a movie. Well, we're just moving north here towards some town in Oklahoma. Camargo. Moving north towards Camargo, Oklahoma. The storm has some rotation in it. Could produce a tornado here. Checking the tire out there, making sure it's still good. I like to drive on that center stripe when it's raining out because I get a better grip. have to worry about hydroplaning or anything like that. So I'll drive on the center line where it's grooved, more traction. I do that in when I chase blizzards too. Try to stay to the middle. Also, the middle is usually higher and it slopes downward, so you don't have as much pulling in the middle of the road. Unless it hasn't been maintained well and it's sinking or something. Cruising north here, along the highway, south of Carmago, Oklahoma. Storm is currently severe warned. Tail end storm of this complex. It does show some rotation there on radar, weak rotation. Just saw a rain shaft light up. See some scud off to the left of that rain shaft with the flashes. Could really use some Dairy Queen right now. Chicken tenders and a dilly bar and a Coca-Cola. I'm gonna go blast right up into the storm if I can. Hopefully it doesn't cross the road where I can blast up into it. See if we can find some hail on the rental car. It's already got some hail dents anyway, so I asked for the hail dented one. Oh, it's showing some hail now on the radar. I see reflected, showing signs of hail on it. Almost time to blast it back to the south and east, I think. you guys, if you haven't yet, check out my Twitter at Aaron Jayjack. You can check out the still shots I was taking earlier on the fence post with my hands. No tripod. You can see the stars around these storms. It was nice and clear around them. If it was May, it would have been blue sky, sunset, beautiful sky around it. But hence it is October 26th here, second season severe. Climatologically, May, it's peak, April, May, peaks in May. Then you get a second smaller peak in October. And some years you don't get anything in October. It even gets up in November, but that's already starting to approach the winter season. But I remember an outbreak in Indiana, I think it was, in the late 2000s. That I believe was like November 30th. So it was like the Washington, Illinois maybe, tornado, like EF4. Hit some houses, a suburb, subdivision or something. But generally you get that second peak in October. And the last time there was a good one was 2017. I intercepted a tornado, a weak tornado in Oklahoma, southern part of the state, just north of the Texas border. And then 2018, 19, 2020, I don't remember a single October chase in any of those years. And now this October's been really active. The early part of this month, 10th and the 12th, and then Missouri the other day, and now here, western Oklahoma again. So quite an active second season here. Tornado watch here in western Oklahoma. The storm's kind of falling apart. I don't think I'm going to keep chasing it. I think I'm going to take a gamble with the storms coming out of Texas and see what they do in central Oklahoma as they approach Oklahoma City. Let me just look one more time up there. Yeah, I'm going to divert. Where's the semi going? I got to back up. Okay, turn around here. Ow. Jammed my pinky finger. Looks like it's rotating. I got time still. Let me go back. It's just to the north here. I'm just gonna run up into it real quick. Stop sign for me? No, it's for that side road. Wow, that's a bad angle on it. One more peek at this storm here. Almost right here. Base of it, just ahead. It's not even producing as much lightning as before though. Although I did look like I see a little clear slot there carving out on it maybe. That looked interesting in the lightning. I thought I saw a clear slot coming around. Let's see what this thing does. biscuits and gravy right now. I haven't had much to eat today. Chicken salad sandwich, piece of pizza. Oh, I did eat some crappy hotel breakfast food. Some mini waffles and a hard-boiled egg. It's hard work out here, sitting on your butt driving. Actually, I'm pretty active when I'm chasing. I'm getting out and running around. Can't sit still. Jacked up, my metabolism all jacked up. Excitement. And I could go for some crappy hotel waffles right now. And some really dried out turkey sausage. Up in there. Come on. Come on, Yukon. Come on, Yukon. You can do it. Bail on it and go to Oklahoma City and get the nocturnal event there. Let's see. Oklahoma City. I have to go to Oklahoma City. Fastest option is going north here, 7 miles anyway. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna blast up here 7 miles, and then turn east, drive east for a bit, and drop south to Oklahoma City and get the nocturnal event. Line of storms coming towards Oklahoma City tonight. Let's see if that happens. Try and find some chicken burgers or ding dongs. Maybe a little onion ring. Some soup. Any of that sounds good. It's getting kind of late though, right? 9:30. It's already going to be hard to find. 9:30, that gets me there at 11:30. Yeah, I should be able to meet the line in Oklahoma City. Hopefully, I might even miss it. I'll probably be coming right down the pipe. I-35 as a storm coming through. That's why I think this is going to unfold. And I'm streaming all the way there, so else to be here right now, other than chasing this storm right now. Looks like crap now anyway. Looks like crap or something. Falling apart. Sorry, I shouldn't even use crap as a bad word. It's not a bad word. Some people may take offense to that. The storm looks disheveled. Hey, going towards Oklahoma City is the right move here. We're gonna turn east in 3 miles and head towards Oklahoma City. And let go of this storm here. Go find food along the way. Get on the interstates. You should be able to find food late on the interstate. At the very least, ding-dongs at Love's or Flying J truck stop. But this is raw chasing, so you gotta bear with me here. I try to keep it really, professional and clean. Other than like my whistling and stuff. That's just because I'm excited. I don't know. That's the only way to release excitement. Helps center me to whistle a song. Let me focus on the task at hand. Now we're gonna go get this line of storms here as it comes into Oklahoma City. It pretty much is playing out like a combination. You have to like overlap the two models, the HRRR, the HER, and the NOM 3KM. And if you overlap those two models with each other, that's kind of what happened tonight, how the storms unfolded. You have that north mode, fire first, closer to sunset. And then storm is firing down in Texas, coming up into Oklahoma, producing a line that comes across Oklahoma. We'll see if that happens next. It should. Heading to the OKC Metro here. Nocturnal mode. Ooh, big CG there. See if I can slow mo some CG here for a second. come on, baby. Give me a good slow-mo. Hey, Michelle, I can't answer because I'm trying to shoot this slow-mo, but I saw your message. Yeah, I would love to do something like that. I just don't know how to do it. Trying to think. There's a way to do other things from that same site that I use for the prints, I think. But I'm not 100% sure. We'd have to see. Why don't we just say, like, there'll be a prize. Ooh, there we go. I got a slow-mo of that strike there. There'll be a prize, but it's to be determined what that prize is. But maybe mention it'll be something like what you mentioned. Does that sound good? I don't know why explanation. There we go. Got that one. Got that one! Here, I'm gonna tweet it out. You guys ready for this? Slow-mo shot. Slow-mo lightning bolt shot. I haven't even watched it yet. I'm just gonna tweet it. I know it's good. That's how confident I am. I'm just gonna tweet it without even watching it first. I might have to watch it for some. Edit it. Okay, I edited it. I'm not going to tweet it out yet. I'm going to see if I can catch some more here. Have a little montage. Why doesn't the thing keep beeping? It's trying to tell me there's a text message from Michelle, but it keeps going on. I don't want it to stop. everything is done. I'm gonna tweet. I'm gonna continue on. Continue on to Oklahoma City. Hey, I missed a donation. Thank you, Lynn. $20 donation. Thank you, Lynn. I appreciate that. Hopefully, Michelle, you heard what I said about that. I just... Why won't that thing stop barking at me? How annoying is that? Disconnected it by turning off Bluetooth. No, I didn't. Oh my gosh. I'm not driving all the way to Oklahoma City with this thing. miles here. And then we go. God, I don't think I ever get on the interstate. I gotta find those sunflower seeds. So I got. gotta be some food between here and Oklahoma City, eh? a hotel in Norman, Oklahoma. Going to Norman. Oh, hey, there's a Sonic drive-in right up there earlier. Totally gonna miss that. 7 minutes up there earlier. Going to Sonic, I can get ice cream there. I tried to get ice cream at McDonald's earlier today and they shut me down. They're out of ice cream. Not the Hedgehog. The drive-in restaurant. tell you, this thing, this car, it drinks a lot of gas, but it's got 30 gallons of it. That's why it just lasts forever. Although it costs $100 right now to fill this tank up all the way. How the hell is there even a sign? I don't even see it. It's a middle of nowhere. Maybe this is a scam. Oh no, I just see a little town over there. Teeny little town over there to the north. What a sign. Probably every storm chaser in the county is there at Sonic right now. Seaweed? Oh, it says 183. And I spent so much time chasing here on 183. Sonic is 1.4 miles up there on the right. You see a lot of cars parked there. It looks like. See a bunch of tail lights. It's like the only thing I hear is just a sound. Maybe this is another gas station or something. Gas station and a Sonic in the middle of nowhere. Coffee bar. Sonic makes the news. I see the sign. The sign is dark. Not good. Not good. Hey, they might be open still. Hey, there's cars there. The mini's lit up. That's a good sign. Gonna try here. Oh wait, I'm gonna go through the drive-thru. There's a drive-thru here. So I don't have to just park. I'm gonna go through the drive-thru. Wheeling around here. Coming around. Driving in circles in the Sonic drive-thru here. In somewhere, Oklahoma. Long car, just curbed it. Not used to the long car. Okay. Ooh, country fried steaks.
We think you're stopped. Saggers and chicken. What can I do for you?
Yeah, could I get a number 5 with
Number 5?
yeah, with Dr. Pepper, please.
And for your side?
Tots.
Anything else I can do for you?
Yeah, let's see. Can I get a small Reese's Sonic Blast?
Anything else I can do for you?
That's all.
It'll be 12:55.
All right, thanks. Probably shouldn't have had the sonic blast, but I couldn't resist. I've never had a sonic blast before. It's my first one ever. I got a steak, a country fried steak sandwich. Never heard of one of those before. Gotta hurry up, we'll meet this storm in Oklahoma City. Come on, Sonic. No time to bleed here. Just wanted to get some food. So I can make it to Norman. Before the storms. I don't eat here, I'm not eating anywhere else, so this has to be done. Are they growing the potatoes in there? Yeah, I think it's being cooked tonight. This is a good thing. Yeah, they're just here jumps. I was going to show you them. They're just hanging out in their top chatting.
465. So it'll be out for you soon.
Okay. 465. How is it 465? It was 12 something. He wants to get into the 465 though, I'll tell you. Totally eating some of this sonic blast. I think you told me the wrong price.
Here you go.
Well, he says he's making food, so. Yeah, I think the blast is 465, but he also gave me the. Oh, sorry, I got major ice cream headache here. Oh, brain freeze. He gave me the drink for the meal, and he said the food's covered. Thank you. See, I just got food. All right. Onwards to Norman. Can I get out back here? Gotta stop eating the blast. And actually eat some food here. Whatever. Potato tots. I'm in like Sealing or Seelig, Oklahoma. I don't know. That says Dewey County. Sealing right there. Welcome to Sealing. Seilling. Seilling. Fried steak sandwich is not bad. Well, the good news is I didn't have to eat ding dongs for dinner. At least I got some lettuce and tomato over there on my sandwich. That was Reed.
Hey y'all, meteorologist Erica Lopez. I'm continuing to track the severe weather that's tracking towards the Oklahoma City and Dallas-Fort Worth metro areas. But I just wanted to give you a quick update before we end the stream. If you're still watching us, thank you for tuning in thus far. But let's give you a quick update on the MyRadar app. So there is a new Severe Thunderstorm Watch in effect. This was just issued just a couple of minutes ago. And this does include the city of Oklahoma City. Again, this is until 5 a.m. Central Daylight Time. So that means right before 5 a.m. if you're in the Oklahoma City metro area, even extending to parts of Tulsa. Tulsa, you're under this severe thunderstorm watch until 5 a.m. And the possibility of seeing some strong thunderstorms with the storm system as this line starts to form, and pretty gusty winds as well over the next coming hours. But we are still tracking a couple severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect now. Aaron Jayjack is actually on his way to Oklahoma City to track this overnight for us, but you're seeing a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings going into Wichita Falls. And this severe thunderstorm warning in particular is for Comanche, Cotton, Tillman, Wichita, and Will Barger County in northern Texas, and this goes until 10:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So you have another 10 minutes on this severe thunderstorm, but 60-mile-per-hour winds are hazards with this, and nickel-sized hail. Earlier this evening, there's actually a 96-mile-per-hour wind gust reported near Hackberry, Texas this evening. So these storms are pretty strong, and they're producing those types of winds over these areas. In Kansas, in Oklahoma, we are seeing a couple severe thunderstorm warnings as well. If you're in Hutchins, Kansas, you have a severe thunderstorm warning until 11 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time. So another 30 minutes on this warning. And this is being warned for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. Damage to roofs may be possible with these storms. So a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings in place right now. It doesn't look like we're watching anything, at least in terms of tornado warnings. But let's take you to those graphics and show you the time frame. If you're watching us, you're wondering, when is it going to hit my city? If you're anywhere in Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Dallas, here's your forecast. Pay attention to it very closely because this is going to be an overnight threat. So as we get into the 11 o'clock hour, 11:30 p.m., you can see most of the storms are still west of Oklahoma City, but you can see a few of those embedded cells within this line. So that's those cells that we're watching that may produce those pretty gusty winds. But overall, this line will produce gusty winds. So by 11 o'clock midnight, if you're west of Oklahoma City, it's still not there yet. This really arrives in your area around, I would say, between 1 or 2 a.m., as you can see on the Futurecast radar. So Oklahoma City, you're going to be waking up to a few rumbles of thunder heading into the 2 o'clock hour. And then as we get into the later portion of the evening, you're going to see it in Dallas. So Oklahoma City, again, your time frame is from 1, I would say more like 3 a.m., and that you're going to feel the rain and the wind. As we progress through the night and heading into the early morning, Dallas-Fort Worth, that's really the time frame you need to be paying attention to, especially for that morning commute, 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock a.m. That's prime time for commute hours, maybe delaying it or work from home if you can, because it'll be pretty nasty outside with all that rain coming in, wind as well. And this goes from Dallas to Waco to even parts of central Texas. And then Austin, by 5 a.m., you're going to start to see that line of storms to the west of you. And then as we progress throughout the rest of the morning, really by 10 o'clock, I think most of these cities will be clear of the wind and rain, at least from Dallas to Oklahoma City, down all the way into central Texas. Now, if you're in the Houston area, Houston, you're going to feel the brunt of the storm by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, including Tulsa. A lot of rain is going to fall in those areas, and even Wichita. And so Houston, you'll feel this at least through the early morning and late morning. And then as we get into the afternoon, most of these cities are clear. And then the severe weather risk actually shifts to parts of the Gulf Coast as you see that line is progressing into parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, and even Alabama. So watching those areas that could form some pretty strong storms with this as we get into the later portion of your Wednesday. So I hope that helped planning your day out. It's going to be a pretty active evening overall. Make sure if you're from Oklahoma City to even Dallas, up in parts of Kansas, to have your alerts turned on for the overnight hours, just in case you do happen to get a tornado warning later on this evening. And we're going to end the stream right here, right now, as we're not seeing any tornado warnings. But of course, if we see anything, we'll keep you updated on the social media pages. And Aaron is actually still streaming on his stream, so make sure you're checking that out. But he's going to be out there checking these conditions out for us in the overnight hours. And I hope you all stay out safe if you're in Texas and Oklahoma and Kansas. Have a great rest of the evening.